The tulip, with its bright colors and beautiful shape, has a history as rich and exotic as its looks. Many people think the tulip came from the Netherlands, but that's not true. It came from the mountains of Central Asia, and its journey to Europe was long and interesting. For centuries, grown in Persia and Turkey, the tulip was a prized possession of sultans and emperors. In the 16th century, when the tulip arrived in Europe, it amazed everyone. People who had only seen simple flowers were captivated by its beauty. The tulip's journey west began with Ogier Ghiselin de Busbecq, an ambassador for the Holy Roman Emperor Ferdinand I. Stationed in Constantinople in the 1550s, Busbecq was fascinated by the beauty of the tulips he saw in the Sultan's gardens. He sent some bulbs back to Vienna, sparking interest in this exotic flower. From Vienna, the tulip slowly spread, finding its way into botanical gardens and the collections of wealthy plant lovers. However, it was the newly independent Dutch Republic, a land of traders and merchants, where the tulip truly found its fame. No one expected that this beautiful flower, a symbol of spring and new beginnings, would become synonymous with one of history's most famous economic bubbles. In the 17th century, the Netherlands was a country on the rise. Newly independent from Spain, the Dutch Republic was experiencing a golden age of trade, exploration, and art. In this atmosphere of prosperity and optimism, the tulip, with its exotic beauty and rarity, captured the imagination of the Dutch people. At first, tulips were a luxury item, affordable only to the wealthy. Merchants and aristocrats took pride in cultivating rare varieties, displaying them in their gardens as a sign of status. The more unique the tulip, the more desirable it became. Multicolored tulips, called broken tulips, were especially prized. Their unique patterns were caused by a virus, unknown at the time. As demand for tulips grew, so did their price. People from all walks of life, eager to share in the prosperity of the Golden Age, saw tulips as a good investment. What began as a passion for a beautiful flower soon turned into a frenzy of speculation, setting the stage for one of the world's most extraordinary economic bubbles. Several factors contributed to the dramatic rise in tulip prices. First and foremost was their rarity. Tulips were still relatively new to Europe, and the most sought-after varieties, with the most striking colors and patterns, were in limited supply. The unpredictable nature of tulip cultivation added to their allure. It could take years to cultivate a new variety, and there was no guarantee that a bulb would produce a flower with the desired color or pattern. The virus that caused the broken patterns in tulips was also unpredictable, appearing and disappearing seemingly at random. This element of chance added to the mystique and value of the tulips. Dutch culture at the time also played a role in fueling the tulip craze. The Dutch were known for their love of flowers and took great pride in their gardens. Furthermore, the Dutch Republic was experiencing a period of economic prosperity, and people were eager to invest their newfound wealth. Tulips, with their beauty, rarity, and the promise of high profits, seemed like the perfect investment. By the early 1630s, the tulip market in the Netherlands had exploded. What started as a hobby for some had become a frenzy of speculation. People from all walks of life, from wealthy merchants to humble artisans, joined the rush. Tulip bulb prices skyrocketed. Rare varieties were sold for exorbitant sums. A single bulb of the Semper Augustus, with its white petals and red flames, could cost as much as a grand canal house in Amsterdam. People mortgaged their homes, sold their businesses, and invested their life savings in tulips, convinced that prices would continue to rise. The tulip market became a social phenomenon, the talk of taverns and coffee houses across the country. Fortunes were made and lost overnight. It seemed the Dutch Golden Age had found its most potent symbol in the form of a simple flower.